Good evening, good evening, everyone, and we are about to start our month two series of our The Practical Leader series. This is our fourth live, and we are on our second month. So we're just waiting for some colleagues if they will be viewing now. Let's go ahead. Maayong gabi sa tanan. So we are starting to go on live now. I'm just going to share this live feed to 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 all. Right. Let me just see. Right. If we can just go to home, and I'm inviting everyone to please do your watch party. Hi to Divine. Let me just say to do a please do a share the live, or to what's this, to as well as do a watch party or share it to the group. Okay. I'd like to share it to the group. Where should I do it, right? And I'll be inviting everyone to please also do your flag likes and flag hearts, and if you have comments. So we're just 2 minutes away from our live. There you go. So we have an automatic what's this? Automatic translation or subtitles. There in. Right. So we'd like to say hello to let's please post your comments, guys, if you have comments to start with. We are 1 minute away from our live broadcast. Our speaker is now on. Our guest for tonight is already now on standby, and we're just waiting for one to continue. And to those who are watching, uh, we're going to have prizes for tonight as part of our celebration for our first month. Actually, nag-isang buwan na tayo ngayon today. So isang buwan na natin na ngayon. So we'll be giving uh, some prizes for every one of us na nandito ngayon. Hi to Marijoy Pabilona. Hi Joy, if you can also do a watch party and share your Facebook watch party to friends and to groups. Okay, so we are now starting. So this is Samahan si Kuya Nonoy. Tara, istoryahan ita. Second month. We'll be engaging in positive and meaningful conversation. Hi to Joanne. She's watching now, and with Wilson. Thank you. Please do a sharing and a watch party. Hello to Gretchen. And this is our month 2 for our personal leadership and development series. All Wednesdays of July 2020. This is Samahan si Kuya Nonoy. Tara, istoryahanay ta on personal leadership and development series month 2. For tonight, we are honored to have with us the 2015 National Outstanding Volunteer Awardee, Kuya Bimbo, or a dear friend, John Oliver Tablazon, who will be joining with us later. Actually, she's now on standby on the topic volunteerism and community development. I'd like to acknowledge our viewers for tonight: Jerome, Rose, Gretchen, Wilson, Joanne, and all you guys who are now watching. I'm going to acknowledge you later. So please do a comment. Please, if you have comments and questions, do put it in the comment box as well. Right? So this is July. Today is July 1st of 2020, 7:30 in the evening. This, as I said, this is our second month of our Tara Istoryahanay Ta leadership, practical leadership series for this month-long celebration. So please stand by, guys, for hello to Divine. Who else? Right, and we have now about uh, 14, 15 direct viewers, and those who are doing a watch party, please do comment in the comment box, and we'll be able to help you on that. Hi to Anu. Anu is also watching with us. And as well, this watch party is also powered by 2020 Coronadal City Intramurals page. So thank you 2020 Intramurals 2020 sorry, nabubulol ako. 2020 Intramurals City of Coronadal for powering also this FB live tonight. Hindi ko lang alam kung na-share to properly while we are doing it now, because I think there's some restriction sa ginagawa natin na tonight. We already have 2 shares while on live as well. Or guests get into the picture, because this is our second month of our leadership and development series. We started sa YouTube last June 2, and we just started sa Facebook on June 10. And I'm happy to announce that even with this kind of like our individual volunteering effort, we've already reached some kind of a milestone. And because we've reached those milestones, I'd like to give back to our friends who've been joining us through this milestone by giving you opportunity to learn more and win some prizes throughout the month of July 2020. So all you have to do is just step 1, you just have to like and follow Samahan si Kuya Nonoy at Facebook, both Facebook and at YouTube. Once done, you invite all your friends to do the same. Screenshot the invite and then send that message to Samahan si Kuya Nonoy, right? So step number 2, you subscribe to Samahan si Kuya Nonoy at YouTube. You screenshot the subscription, and send to message to FB fan page of Samahan si Kuya Nonoy. Ang galing naman itong AI ng Facebook. Meron na silang automatic na subtitle. Step number 3, you write any comments, any opinion you wanted us to improve. What are your questions as you now are watching FB Live? If meron kayong shout out, do it in the watch party as well, not watch party, and share to the group. And tomorrow or July 4, we're going to review all submissions, and we're going to give you those prizes. Also, by the way, this stream is also supported by CNC Family Mart. Ayan. Thank you, ZNC, for sponsoring as well this show for tonight. Sila po ang nagbigay ng mga prizes natin for free. Wala pong talent fee to, just the prizes na ibibigay natin later for those who are viewing now as we are now starting. And also, we'd like to acknowledge other sponsor, which is Ron Olazo Lights and Sound Rental. Call Ron Olazo at 0926-689-3237. Okay. All right. So much for the introduction and the advertisement for tonight. I now welcome you, our guest for tonight, Bimbo. You are already on cue. Hi, maayong gabi, Bimbo.
Hello, maayong gabi, Kuya Nonoy. Ug maayong gabi sa tanan nga
Maayong gabi.
nagatanaw karong gabi.
Right, it's what's sorry, pa katububult niyo yung araw. Medyo ang daming ginagawa. It's an honor to again meet Bimbo. We've been together for ilang taon na ba? Isang dekada na ba 'yon? We've been together for like many years when we're doing volunteering work sa General Santos City before, and I've seen you grown up and really from a starter volunteer now kind of like wow. National Outstanding Volunteer Award, right? But before further, maybe let us first what's this share to the public why is this very important and relevant now, and why are we having this one? So nung nakaraang FB live, I've mentioned that this kind of like the new normal, quote unquote, that we are actually facing now because of the coronavirus pandemic lead us to find opportunities to really use social media as an instrument, right, of positive and meaningful conversations. Number one, and number two, to also provide a another platform for our youth and young people to be able to to be able to have this kind of opportunity to share inputs on anything. And then for this series on our second month, we'll be talking about all leadership and development series, right? And then particularly for this topic, Bimbo, if there's no doubt that volunteerism is very is an invaluable mechanism for our society. Would you agree on that? Right?
Yes. Yeah, I
Yeah,
really agree on that statement, Kuya.
correct. And note that there are 1.2 billion young people, which is being defined internationally as those who are aging 15 to 24 years old, and these young people ages 15 to 24 are the largest actually in the history, and then we call them now actually our generation Z, right, or Gen Z, or I'm part of the millennial. I don't know saan ka ba nabilong? Are you part of the Gen Z generation?
Millennial.
Millennial ka
I think,
pa.
yeah, millennial, 1989.
All right, 1918. Yeah, I think millennial. Okay, so much for that. Let us first formally introduce our guest for tonight on the topic, the Practical Leader Series Live 4, first live series for the month of July. We'll be having 5 live series. Our specific subtopic for tonight is volunteerism and community development, engaging the Generation Z to promote volunteerism and as well as community development and empowerment. So our guest for tonight is an international visitor leadership fellow of the project promoting peace and security in the United States of America. He's also a global opinion leader and part of the Povado Global Opinion Leader Panel, as well as the youth representative. At this, well, that's very international, right? And at the national, regional level, he's our youth representative for the Regional Juvenile Justice and Welfare Council of DSWD 12, the youth representative of the Regional Youth Advisory Council for the 9th National Youth Parliament, a board director of the Youth for Peace Movement Talbos Region 11 and 12.
Kinabahan ako.
Currently, walang trabaho ata si Bimbo, balik volunteer because Bimbo is a scholar of the Asian Development Bank and I think Japan, Masters in Development Management Studies at the Asian Institute of Management. So we have a very, very brilliant guest for tonight, but also very, very humble at that, given the achievement. The 2015 Outstanding Volunteer of the Philippines by the Philippine National Volunteer Steering Committee of the National Economic Development Authority, Kuya Bimbo John Oliver Tablazo. Yan, palakpakan. Okay,
Kinabahan.
so kinabahan si Bimbo. Ganun talaga, but siguro nahihiya lang si Bimbo kasi he's very humble. I know that, but these are accolades and colors of your life na hindi naman kailangan ipagmayabang. Kaya lang baka nahihiya ka kasi inisip mo na baka mas maraming responsibility, correct?
Sobra.
Sobrang daming responsibility. Oh, speaking of responsibility, let's throw in the first part of our discussion for tonight. Maybe like to start because you are a volunteer per se and you are always on the field, nasa ano ka parate, nasa kalsada and all of that in the community, sa mga bundok, sa mga bata, sa women, etc. How are you coping in this kind of new normal natin ngayon? Because we are already under new normal. How are you coping?
Um, since ngayon, Kuya Noy, I'm studying at AIM, and since COVID, so since March I was here, I'm coping up from ano lang po, from staying at home, then now doing actually volunteering works with the provincial government. Tinutulungan ko yung youth office ng Sarangani province until now sa mga naiwan ko actually, at saka para mapatuloy yung program na binibigyan namin sa kabataan ng Sarangani. Yan.
Okay, so I mean, and then what's the difference between you now volunteering under pandemic and then before? Was there a difference?
Yung mahirap lang siguro ngayon is siguro sa limited lang yung number ng participants, yung limited lang yung scope mo na ma-reach through your participants, since may mga restrictions in terms of the capacity and the number of participants lang na at one point sa training.
Okay, all right. So, given that, because ibig sabihin now you are already doing more of capacity building rather than really being on the ground, right?
Yes po.
Okay, which leads me now to the because that kind of like a snapshot of what you're doing. So, given that, uh, paano ka napasok sa volunteer work? How did you start as a volunteer?
Well, hindi mo nabanggit kanina, Kuya Noy, no? I'm actually a registered nurse by profession. So I graduated
Ah,
2010. So so after, actually before the board exam result came in, I was invited by my friends to join a medical mission in on one of the provinces here in Mindanao. Then afterwards, there was also another friend who invited me also in another mission in one of the province, also another province dito sa
mhm,
Mindanao, which is also
mhm,
to meet one missionary doctor, Dr. Kagape,
mhm,
in the year
mhm,
20, I think 11.
mhm,
So nung na-meet ko si Doc, I and of course nung na-meet ko yung community na yon, it caught my interest na una-una I appreciated what the doctor was doing in his life, and almost of the decades na he spent on his medical missions. And of course, number two is that iba yung iba yung nakita mo na, kasi I'm coming from a private institution kasi, Kuya.
mhm,
So
mhm,
nung time na nag-aaral ako from elementary to college, iba yung tingin mo sa mundo, iba yung community na kinalakihan mo. So nung
mhm,
nakita ko yung community na yon, um um, uh, it made me realize na there are communities like this, and and perhaps me as a Filipino or as a young people can also contribute, or can, can do something, or can make difference in that community. So that's
Okay.
where it started, yung turning point ng life ko in pursuing volunteerism in those
Mhm.
days, or until now
Mhm.
actually.
Okay. So given that experience na sinabi mo, you are, because of that opportunity na binigay sa iyo, how are you, what is actually, if you define volunteerism in one word, what's that? What's volunteerism for you?
One word,
One word. Or maybe
development.
a phrase, development. Why volunteerism is development for you, Bimbo?
Um, Actually, if you can maximize only the time and effort in volunteerism, you can actually do something bigger, contribute, not only contributing to the social aspect of the
Mhm.
society, but also to
Mhm.
the economic part. By realizing that volunteerism, you as a professional contributing to the community, is actually a form of development wherein
Mhm.
you you as a volunteer
Mhm.
facilitates their resiliency, their productivity, and the
Mhm.
realizations of the aspirations of a
Mhm.
community.
All right. So you are part of the aspiration of a community as a volunteer. And when you say aspiration of a community as a volunteer, what do you get from volunteering?
Ano ulit kuya? Sorry.
Kapag sinabi mo, okay, you have an outer aspiration to develop and your community or to help your community, ano naman yung return sa iyo? Bimbo? Okay. We've lost Bimbo in a while. We'll let him uh, come back. So, what we are saying in terms of the essence of volunteerism, I mentioned earlier that, there are about 1.5 young people around the world now, which are basically aging 15 to 24 years old. And this is the largest of the group in history, right? So therefore, we can actually utilize this power of 1.2 billion young people and really spread importance of volunteerism. Yes, Bimbo, can you hear me? So, message me, Bimbo, if you're already in. So, young people are basically the key agents of our society for, providing energy, creative ideas, and to drive innovations as well, right? Hi, Bimbo. Go ahead. Can you hear me? Right. Kanina I was saying that, young people are key agents of our society, in that they also have determination, providing energy, which are basically uh, that can actually determine and drive for innovation and reform, right? So it's a very, very important. So volunteerism is a very, very important mechanism that's also increasingly becoming now very, very popular as well.
Yes, hello. Yes, yes, hello, hello.
Ayan, naririnig mo na ako? Can you hear me now? Hello, Bimbo? Hello? All right. Well, Bimbo is reconnecting with us. Hello, Bimbo. Hello, Bimbo. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
agree, agree. Hear you.
Can you hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me properly.
Taga-play na diya.
Yes, yes.
Signal
Nagpe-play.
na. Yes, hello. Yes, yes.
Thumbs up. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, go ahead. There's always a 5 to 10 second
Yes,
lag, so
yes.
we
I
just
can
focus
hear
on
you.
the. Okay, cool. All right. So kanina gistoryahan nato.
Yes po, yes po.
Okay, what drives, kasi sabi sa research, young people daw are always key agents of social change, right? Young people have always the energy and creative ideas and determination to really drive for innovations and reform. So given information communications technology, given all of this, given the challenges of pandemic, given the arena for open space for everybody and all of that, where do you think would volunteerism go from your experience in the past? Anong magiging pagkakaiba nun? So all right, we'll just acknowledge while we're waiting for Bimbo. We'd like to acknowledge our viewers for tonight. So we have Momar. Hi to Momar.
Actually, when you do volunteerism,
Bimbo, nakamute ka. Go ahead, Bimbo. Go, go. All
nag-play
right.
ba ko?
Yes, you are actually live. Bimbo, you are live.
Yan, hello kuya, hello kuya.
Yeah, no, no. Never mind
But in
the.
my
Go ahead, go ahead. Bimbo, go ahead.
na, naririnig mo na ako, kuya?
Yes, narinig kita. My instruction would be, don't mind your friends who are watching through Facebook because there's always a lag time. Just focus on our screen, right? So shout out to Momar watching from where's COVID country? Is this Philippines? Oh my. All right. Hi Momar. And also we'd like to say hello to Jomar Katimbang Alanik also watching from USA and okay. And then hi to Jerome Premacio. To Jerome, hi Jerome, how are you? To Nilong, good evening Nilong. Then we have City Noor, Nilong Miyako as well. Hello. If you have comments, guys, and questions, put it in the comment box. Go ahead, Bimbo. Hello.
Yes. So with
Hello.
regards with your question, kuya, so volunteerism, no, in young person.
Go
May
ahead.
internet na ba?
Okay, we'll do a technical break for the moment, and let's just I'll get you back for a few minutes. Hi to Captain. Is this Captain? Samer Castillo Nilo. Hi dyan. Oo nga, medyo mahina internet ngayon, no? Kasi medyo umuulan. Let me get back to you. We'll just do a, we'll get back, right? Hi, Bimbo. Yeah, there
Hello,
you
hello.
are.
Hi, sorry.
Go ahead.
Struggling with slow internet connection.
Ano na ginagamit mo ngayon?
Ah,
Cellphone
bu-
na?
from mobile data ngayon, bumalik na yung internet ng hotel.
Cool, cool. So, for our viewers right now, we're sorry for technical difficulties all the time. Ganun talaga. May nag-comment na din sa akin na, uh, mas mas mahina nga daw ang connection ngayon kaysa before. But I hope, anyway, this will be replayed and edited sometime. So, you can view once again, guys, if your time would permit, and please do. So kanina Bimbo naputol tayo sa usapin na sinabi natin what would you think would be the difference between youth volunteering at your age in the past and then youth volunteering now and in the future?
Okay. Nung at the past kasi kuya no, yung volunteerism ko, it's more of character building. Me as a person,
Mm-hmm.
as a leader,
Mm-hmm.
contributing um, myself or my time, my effort to the people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I think it's different kasi it's now more of
Mm-hmm.
building more leaders, empowering more leaders. I'm not saying to be like me or to follow me, no, but it's building also their character as a person.
Okay.
And of course, as a Filipino citizen whose realization is contributing or being a Filipino that has who has duty for his or her country.
Wow. Pero that's very deep, right? I mean, no, that's very deep, and that's very passionate of you to be able to say that. But in simpler terms, yung mga kabataang nanonood ngayon, ano yun? Ano yung mensahe na yun in a very simple uh, term? Like,
Siguro equipping them with that wisdom.
okay. So it's telling them that volunteerism is not just you na magbigay ka ng tsinelas, for example, or magbigay ka ng lapis at saka ng ballpen, right? Or ng papel. It transcends outside of that, and even more than that in the
True.
future.
Yes, yes.
Is that what you mean?
Yes,
All right.
kuya,
Okay.
yes.
And I can relate to that if you don't mind me, Bimbo, sharing this one. The my first quote unquote understanding of formal volunteerism was when I was, peer educator before. That was like 1996, 1997. But later, when I already saw that at least the definition of what a volunteer is, nag-flashback sa akin na, I think already had a volunteer spirit even at the age of 9, because I remember there was a national Special Olympics in General Santos City at that time. And then there are a group of us who were grade 9, grade 4, grade 4, grade 5, 9 years old students, and 10 years old students, were asked to be huggers. Huggers, as in taga-hug ng mga nagpa-participate sa Special Olympics. In that, your hug sa lahat na nagpa-participate sa Special Olympics, kasi they were special children, made them feel happy and important to be part of the Special Olympics. And fast forward nga dun sa teen support group. But having said all of this in your sharing of volunteer work at that, for instance, we already saw that the voices of young people are not really included in development agenda. But far beyond just the voices of young people, what young people should actually do aside from just sharing their voice?
Um, what I learned from the school, Kuya Noy, from the Asian Institute of Management, it's that young people should co-create or co-design solutions. And at this moment, because I'm working in the government, they should co-create that solution with their government. So
Co-create and
yes,
co-design solutions, right?
yes,
Pero when you say co-create and co-design solutions, it means they should really take part and claim that opportunity.
Once again, Kuya, sorry.
When you say co-creating and co-designing, what is that in actual simple wordings? Would it mean to, I will go to my barangay, for example, and then tell my barangay I'd like to participate, sort of, if I am the young people, if I am a young person now?
At one point, Kuya, yes, but it's having a dialogue. It's proposing your solutions and having a dialogue and a roundtable discussion with your stakeholders and
Mhm.
co-own this problem together with them so that you can produce a co-created or shared value or solution.
Maganda yung sinabi mo, co-own the problem. Ibig sabihin, young people should really understand that there are societal problems that needed solution, right?
Yes, yes, indeed.
Okay. And then when you say co-owning the problem is also recognizing that there are inherent solutions that can be done by young people.
True. And that there are
Okay.
constraints that young people cannot do that the other stakeholders can do.
Constraints that young people can, right? And
Cannot,
the other
cannot,
stakeholders
that cannot. It's maybe
are
beyond their
cannot that young people
capacity.
cannot do that other beyond their capacity. All right, which is kind of like a very direct statement and hard talk statement, right, coming from you, because I know for a fact that young people are very very dynamic and very very what's this, napaka dynamic nila and napaka passionate and napaka ideal, but coming from you as a experienced volunteer saying that you can only do so many that others should be able to participate at that. Before we proceed to the next question, shout out muna tayo. I would like to say hello to Christian Joy Fakibek, watching from California, USA. Bigla na siya nasa Los Angeles, USA. Saan ba talaga to? Shout out to our idols, Mary J. Pabilona, Jocelyn Catalan, and from Bucci. And hello to may our avid fan since day one of this segment nung June 10 pa si Jon Snow. Alright, if you have questions guys, please key in your questions and comments on the box aside sa shoutout so that Bimbo will be able to answer those questions as well. And please do a watch party and really share this one to your groups as well. Okay. All right. So next question, Bimbo, is within the so many challenges and issues in the community, which are you most passionate to really support at that instance?
I think nothing in particular, Kuya. Um, Siguro because I want to, ano ba, yung specific kasi ng problem, hindi naman, sabihin mo ko dahil health ang particularly bias mo. And then when you are
Mhm,
confronted with education problem or livelihood, say for
mhm,
instance,
mhm,
parang you're limited kasi doon sa bias mo. But I think I have to recognize that you need to be also to be flexible or you have a cognitive flexibility in terms of problem solving. When
mhm,
you are confronted with this problem,
mhm,
you know the process, you understand the process, and you could be able to facilitate uh, and do the legwork of addressing this action. Kung meron man sigurong saan siguro na expertise or ano ba siguro, um, syempre I'm a nurse by profession, maybe on perhaps on health. My friends are especially or social works, maybe on the social side of the issues. And I my mom is a
Mhm.
teacher, so pwede ring, education. Hindi ko alam talaga particularly, kuya, eh, pero because of the mga yung environment ko kung saan ako ngayon, na iba-iba. I have I have friends in the health profession, I have friends in the education sector, merong iba-iba. So, nagfi-flex na lang sometimes yung aking capacity, para to try, to try to see how can we how what can we do about it, and how can we work together.
Well, I understand you seeing the whole of community approach and whole of stakeholders approach, kagaya ng aso na sandali, may aso ako sa paligid natin. Shout out kayo sa mga aso dyan. Pwede po tayong tumahimik. Alright. But I understand your whole of community approach, Bimbo. But maybe also I'd like to share para hindi naman masyadong mahirap dun sa mga young people natin. Ang hirap-hirap naman ng volunteer work na yan. Magre-require siya
Sorry,
ng
sorry.
that level of understanding.
Okay.
Maybe what I could share would be, I mean, to look at their no, nothing is wrong with you. You are correct in that level kasi na-surpass mo na yung different layers of volunteering work. But maybe to look at it in a simple especially sa those who are starting and those who wanted to become volunteers, because that is our goal for having this kind of conversation, to invite young people to do volunteer work, is to look at what they can do in a simpler manner. Like, what do they have? May sobra ba silang mga damit that they can share? Meron silang mga laruan na luma na hindi na nila ginagamit that they can use it para magkaroon ng community play sa kanilang purok man lang as a start, or meron ba silang time to do community gardening or clean up drive? They start with that, and then from that they will going to ask yourself, diba? So what now? Tama? If you so ano ngayon if you do those little things, and then that's where the second layer comes in terms of, oh, nagkaroon tayo ng project on say recycling, and then later ma-realize mo hindi nyo na kaya mag-recycle kasi sobrang-sobra ng daming raw materials na binibigay sa iyo, 'di ba? And that's also a hard talk question that when you level up to your volunteering work, it will also require sense of a particular solution creates another layer of bigger challenge for young people. But it's good really to start small, right? And then, which leads me to, maybe you
True,
can go
true.
back to sharing what was the first volunteer activity did you had before? Had you had, sorry, nagawa mo, yung pinakauna talaga, if maalala mo ba?
Actually, it starts with the interest, kuya.
Mm.
Sabi ko nga, I started itong volunteerism sa community after I graduated from nursing.
Okay.
So, as a nurse, may kasama akong doctor. So basically, what we do is we assist the doctor. We do the initial assessment. We take say the vital signs of the patients. We look into
Mm.
the physical assessment of the patient, and then endorse to the physician. Then um, help the patient understand when and how much medicines is or she's going to take. No, so yun yung mga basic. And then I remember I'm also asking my friends during that time to donate candies, to donate also school supplies, to donate, used clothing nung nangangailangan ng tulong yung isang probinsya dahil nabahaan. Um, Yun yung mga humble beginnings ko in volunteerism, kuya. But ingas dahil nga because of the experience na na I contemplated na maybe I can do more, or maybe hindi lang siya natatapos sa ganito. So yun yung realizations after mga those experiences.
Sorry, nag-mute ako. Maganda yung sinabi mo because sabi mo kanina, yung as simple of asking your friend na mag-donate ng candy, as simple
Yeah.
as getting the vital signs of the patients, di ba? Pagbitbit siguro ng mga gamit ni Doc before. These are
Yeah.
starting points, di ba? And really, you said, I can still do more, no? Marami ka maitutulong sa iyong community. Those little steps that you do, parang spark, right? Spark provided a space of quote unquote spark sa iyo to really do more pa sa yung volunteering work. Okay. And kanina nabanggit mo maybe because you're a health practitioner or you are essentially trained as a nurse. So sabi mo maybe you can start as a nurse, correct? Parang ganun. Ibig sabihin nun ba generally is to tell young people na you don't have to go out so much of your comfort zone space. You can start with what skills do you have, 'di ba? What
Yes.
talent
Yes, true.
you have.
Oo.
Okay. How do you what are the having said those things, what do you think are some important tools for someone who would like to become a volunteer? Say personal tool na dapat meron siya and na magagamit niya na then you can start becoming a volunteer.
Tools ko yun, or skills, or
Yeah,
kasi
tools maybe skills, competencies, etc., behavioral, whatever.
um siguro ko ano, kapal ng mukha.
By the way,
Ah,
kapal ng mukha is a very important characteristic in a
yes,
volunteer work.
is kapal ng mukha siguro, at saka maraming baong laway. Kasi sinishare mo yung story ng community. In order for you, or in order for a person to help, or to assist or support
Mhm.
that community, you have to tell their story. No, why does the community need this one, and what help, and why this kind of help you are asking the sponsor to give. No, at saka kapal ng mukha, because it's the realization na you alone cannot do it. You alone cannot do it. So you need people to work with you, and
Mhm.
you need support as well from coming from other people. So kapal ng mukha is that, kasi kung nahihiya kang to tell that story and talk to them, I don't think you would be able to get that much support from them.
And there's a comment here from Omar. Sabi niya, si Batis may nag-comment na. So, please do guys, put some comments. Sabi ni Momar, when you volunteer or do an intentional act of kindness for someone else, you make an impact both on them and on you. Actually, any reflection on this message from Momar Bimbo? Sabi niya, when you volunteer or do an intentional act of kindness for someone else, you make an important impact both on that person or that's quote unquote someone else and on you. Any thoughts on that?
Yes, Kuya and Momar. Yes. Actually, sabi ko nga, it's ang volunteerism when I started. It's more of character building. So as time goes by, hindi na siya lang character o nadidevelop ang pagiging makabayan or pagiging Filipino mo.
Mm-hmm.
Hindi na siya parang selfish love na
Mm-hmm.
dahil nakatulong ka, masaya ka. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, yung happiness na yun. But at the same time, it's the realization that from this kindness, or this intentional act of kindness, you are also
Mm-hmm.
able to help that community. But the challenge, although, is that um, in to what extent, or to what um, um, to what level yung help na yon. So yung level naman yun, na-improve naman yung help na yon sa community mo, as time, or as when you gain wisdom, you'll be able to realize na mag-iiba-ibang level ng ng impact yung binibigay mo na sa community. Hindi lang yun para sa sarili mo.
Okay. So, and these are all products of, pag tumutulong ka, it gives back, bumabalik siya sa iyo, right? Precisely. And but also pag bumabalik siya sa iyo, there's an opportunity for you to become more
Mm.
responsible.
Actually, dadagdag ko lang din, kuya, is that yung para sa sarili mo, yun, actually, economically, you learn skills. No, you learn coordination
Mm,
skills, you learn project
mm,
management, pero hindi lang siya defined, but those are, mga the kind of skills that you're getting out from that volunteerism. So when you begin to realize that you are um you are learning these skills, so eventually you can actually make use of these
mm.
skills now to be able to help your communities in in macro perspective.
Mean to say, when you volunteer, don't think too much of your skills na magiging very, very conscious ka, right? We
Mm.
all have to learn in any way. We have just to celebrate what we have as a starting skill. And as sabi mo nga kanina, if correct me if I'm wrong, and echoing that, na as you progress and become more abreast of your skills while doing volunteer. Para bang learning by doing, there are
Yes,
mistakes along the way, etc. Then you improve and improve further. And if you made mistakes in the volunteer work, we will be we don't have to be apologetic on that. That's part of our growing up.
true. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Uh in this fast forward digital era and information technology, social media, Gen Z, all of this fad, what's what can be an example of a volunteer work?
Sorry, kuya,
If,
anong question po ulit?
for those who are fan of social media, to those who are fan of, say, being in computer games, in TikTok. For example, you have a this is an example. If you have a friend who have 10,000 TikTok
Follower.
followers, what what type of volunteer work will your friend will you suggest, not advise, be careful with that, suggest to your friend as a start? For example, sabi niya, gusto ko mag-volunteer bimbo, kaya lang ang alam ko lang naman TikTok. I have 10,000 followers in TikTok. Pero hindi ko kayang ginagawa mo bimbo na volunteering work na umaakyat sa mga communities. So how would you encourage that friend of yours?
Kuya, hindi ako familiar how TikTok works. Pero
Okay,
siguro,
whatever. So, well, say social media, things like that.
siguro the simple thing siguro, volunteerism, volunteering in social media is maybe uh, communicating or informing the public of what is right and what is wrong, and informing the public, yung mga may kaya na public, on how are they going or how can they support a specific advocacy. Kasi
Mm,
I'm sure yung iba actually, there are many of people who are actually willing to help, but
mm, mm.
kulang lang ng information kung paano at saan sila tutulong.
Wow. All right. So, good point. Use social media as means of sharing awareness or raising awareness, and using the importance of communication tool for advocacy, right? So yeah, which is like what we are doing now, right? This is kind of a new way of, not really new, but an expanded way of raising awareness to young people out there, na baka through this yung spark sa kanilang heart na, uy, saan ba ako pwedeng, ano ba pwede kong gawin, no? And just jokingly aside, kasi sabi mo kanina you are not familiar with with TikTok. May example is the same. Actually, may example is the same. No, the 1 minute TikTok time for free can be used to share positive messages, right? For example, I posted 2 videos in TikTok already to see the power of possible messaging using TikTok, no? Nothing is wrong with all of those dancing and singing in TikToks. They are very very good mechanisms para ma-relieve ang stress. But maybe we can add a layer of advocacy. Like, for example, while you are dancing, pwede ka mag-show ng placard saying na, protect children, for example. Things
Yeah.
like that. Sabi ni Momar ulit, meron tayong avid fan tonight, sabi ni Momar ulit, return of investment kasi yan. Yeah, di ba? When you invest your time and effort, true enough, you get to learn more things, but and also you get to see things. Which leads me to to the next question for you, Bimbo. What did you get from volunteering aside from the outstanding youth of the volunteer of the Philippines? Ano ba yung personal reward ng volunteering work?
Personal
'Di ba
reward po,
parating ganun eh, tanong,
more
'di ba? Ganun tayo parati, 'di ba? What is it for me? Go ahead.
more duties and responsibilities.
Hindi natakot na yung mga kabataan mag-volunteer niyan if you're saying more duties and the responsibilities. Sa akin naman, personally, the joy of gaining more socially responsible friends
Yes, kuya,
and co
yes. Oo.
that
Oo.
cannot be bought. Second, you get to open up to so many opportunities and networks around you that would also be helpful for your community. Minsan bonus na lang yung dahil sa volunteer work nakaka-travel ka. For me, that's just a bonus. But for me, it's really
Yeah.
networking, learning new skills, 'di ba?
Oo.
Having an army of uh of supporters for your social cause, and most importantly, seeing a particular problem of the community being solved at
Yes,
that.
kuya, oo.
For
Yes,
example,
actually maraming rewards yung naibibigay ng volunteerism. Kasama siyempre yan, you build a team, nakilala mo yung mga kaibigan mong na they share the same passion and advocacy with you. Natutunan mo kung paano yung you build relationship with other people, you learn skills na in the future use, pwede mong magamit yan either in your private capacity, or if you want to join uh, a government work. So, marami ka talagang matutunan ko yan na hindi minsan na ituturo sa school,
mhm,
tulad ng for instance, tulad ng halimbawa, yung pag-form mo ng yung organization, and how would you manage the organization, how do you reach that vision, how can you convince your organization or your co-volunteers to yung sabay kayong ma-achieve yung mission na yun, yung gawin nyo yung mission na yun to achieve where you want to be,
mhm.
or where you want the community that you're helping to be.
All right. So thank you before I react on that, Bibo, maybe let us do a little bit of a shout out because we have new viewers right now. So hi to Michael Angelo Villarreal Givero. Sabi niya, hi, go Kuya Beams, go. Would you like to do any shout out at your level, Bimbo? Kung sino man yung mga nandyan?
Sige, I'd like to greet ng mga nandito ngayon si Chinchin, si Nilong,
Mhm,
si
mhm,
Jerome, at syempre kasama ko
mhm,
ngayon, actually sa training program ako ngayon. Kasama ko yung
mhm.
Sarangani Province Youth Development Council members na patuloy
Oh,
ang
hi to
kanilang,
Sarangani Youth
you know,
Development Council.
yes.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead. Go on your shout out.
O yun, sana patuloy pa rin, no? Kahit despite of the circumstance now, nandito pa rin sila. Believe na believe ako sa
Mhm,
mga batang ito na, nakikita mo rin na, alam mo yun, yung kanilang passion at saka pagmamahal
mhm.
din, no? Pagmamahal din nila sa kanilang sariling bayan.
Of course, yeah, yeah. That's because of your, influence. But as a volunteer, you also have the power to influence positive change. And this is also not being watched by Sarangani and Jensen. Note that this live is also being powered to us by the 2020 Coronado City Inchams page. They already have about 14,000
Kuya, shout out ko lang daw sila,
followers. Sino?
nakalimutan
Go
ko
ahead.
i-shout out
Go,
sila
go.
Michelangelo Vievero at saka French. Si French Bandong. Si Michael taga Malungan saka si French taga Glan. Ito yung mga Sarangani
Hi,
junior
Mike.
officials ng province.
All right. So to all of our viewers and likers now, go comment on the comment box below. You may win some prizes later. Move up. Tignan niyo yung guidelines kung paano manalo. Before and then let's pause for a little bit of a break. We have a little bit of advertisement from our sponsors for tonight. So we'll take a 2 to 3 minute break and we'll come back. So again, this is Samahan si Kuya Nonoy. Tara, istoryahan na ita. This is our the Practical Leader series for the month of July. First topic for the month of July, volunteerism and community development with our Kuya Bimbo John Oliver Tablazon, the 2015 National Outstanding Volunteer of the Philippines. So this is our advertisement. I will be back after 2 to 3 minutes. And we are back. So we'll just pull it. Bago natin ibalik si Bimbo, we'd like to say hello kay Ate Chin mula kay Michael Angelo Villarreal Guevero pa din. Overwhelmed ako tonight. And Kuya Bimbo is back. Hi Bimbo, you're back now again.
Ay, hello, yes.
All right. So
Yes,
before
sir.
we go to the next sets of questions, so we're just going to tell everyone that you will be there are prizes for tonight. Tapa pala. Kicker for the prizes for tonight. Sa mga viewers natin, we have this bamboo tumbler. This is actually mine. I haven't really used it because ang ginagamit ko talaga sa sarili kong tumbler is this one. So this is my own bamboo tumbler I bought. Yeah, so this is already been so yeah. And then for the month of July, one of you may win one this bamboo tumbler, and I'm also giving away a book also for the month of July. This book is entitled The Loss of Human Nature, right? This book is authored by Robert Greene. Yung mga libro ko dito that I'll get on leadership and management and volunteerism and all of that, my influence is basically Robert Green. So I have two of these books already. One was given to me by my brother-in-law. Shout out to Rafi in the US. And I think I need to give up the other one para may share naman sa inyo. It's a very very nice book entitled The Loss of Human Nature. So, meron kayong dapat lang gawin to be able to do that. So, what are you going to do? One is you like and follow Samahan si Kuya Nonoy at Facebook page, and then you invite all your friends to like and follow as well. Once you've invited them, screenshot the invite column that shows you have really invited them. You might invite all, and it's message it to send the message to Samahan si Kuya Nonoy. That's step one. Step number two, subscribe and notified button with for our YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is also Samahan si Kuya Nonoy. And then of course, you just have to comment now that you have already done it. Walay char, Michelangelo Givero. Joke lang. Right, Momar, yes, the books are real. So I have yeah. Anyway, so that's an advertisement, and also we'd like to thank uh, our sponsors. I am Jen. So I am Jen. In IG, in Instagram, they are actually selling very, very nice mask that's made of CVC. So go to I am Jen in IG. And also another sponsor of us tonight is Ron Olazo Lights and Sound Rental for which can be in the whole province of South Cotabato and General Santos City as well. And we also would like to shout out another sponsor, which is the CNC Family Merchandise in Pulomolok, South Cotabato. Any other shout out, Bimbo, from your end?
Uh, Hello lang sa mga taga Sarangani.
And hello din sa mga taga Jensan, South
Nandiyan sa
Cotabato City. This is Coronadal 2020 Coronadal Intramurals. All right, so let's go to the next set of questions that we have prepared for for you tonight. Uh, Kanina we already mentioned na the skills, the tools, and the capacities that every young people should have. And ang na-discover natin, hindi naman talaga kailangan na marami kang tools and capacities. You just have to start kung ano meron ka. One. Number two, most importantly, you are passionate about it sa pagtulong sa iyong community. Once na-discover na mo na yon as young person, Bimbo, prepare na ba ang isang tao para ang isang kabataan na maging volunteer at that level? Tama na ba ang preparation yon?
yeah, the least, kuya, I think it's the volunteerism is at a preparatory level for development. So the least actually, yes.
That's at least that's the least they can do. Okay. All right, there's a personal question. Ba't ang bibo ng name ko? Ewan ko sa iyo, Michael. Ano ba mayroon sa name ni Michael? There's a question here. I like to have the bamboo tumbler. Michael, follow the what's this the steps, and maybe you will win the bamboo tumbler later, right? Pwede mag-ask. Kuya Beam, according to question from French buyer Bandong, kumusta po ang love life ng mga volunteers?
Lagi namin pinag-uusapan diyan ng kasamahan ko sa volunteer group, Kuya Ernst, no. At saka dito din sa trabaho namin dito sa kabataan. Sabi nga namin pag nagvo-volunteer ka at passionate ka sa ginagawa mo, yung mga nasa-sacrifice
Mhm.
mo bilang leader, kasama yung love life. Aside pa yun sa hindi ka nakakain minsan, yung love life, yun yung nasasakripisyo din. Or hindi naman nasasakripisyo. Yun ang mga hindi mo iniisip. Do hindi siya nagiging parang hindi siya nagiging priority or something na kailangan mong parang para bang may deadline ka na kailangan ganitong edad meron na. So una
Naman.
muna trabaho bago sarili.
Pero ako, I beg to disagree because, di ba, I beg to disagree. My wife now was a co-volunteer before. I don't agree with you on that. Oh, di ba? Maybe it's also a matter of choice, Bimbo. I don't know. You can challenge me on that, but sabagay, magkaiba. I don't agree with you on that na mahihiwal na. I mean, but also you are correct kasi mahirap maghanap ng partner in life, 'di ba? Na na we will have na you will have the same passion on volunteer work. Correct?
Yes, kuya.
Sabi nila dito, mention her, Bim. Mention her. Meron ba dapat i-mention?
Ewan ko ba kay Momar?
Kasi ini-encourage lang natin ng young people, huwag kayong matakot mag-volunteer. Makakahanap kayo ng mga mababait, magaganda, mga gwapo, may socially responsible young people in the volunteering work. Ayan, 'di ba? Oh, that that
Yeah,
that I wanted to promote. I wanted to promote volunteering work na makakahanap ka ng partner.
partner.
My wife works na, yeah,
Volun
was also a
volunteer
volunteer
partner.
at that voluntary partner. If that's the correct question. Kung maka-advise si Bibo, akala mo may love life siya. This is kind of like a funny joke from Momar. Pero that's also how, assuming Bimbo, because you're very very passionate, really, how, or because it's also a choice in a calling, right? Na minsan the volunteer work is your love life itself. Hindi siya tao, di ba?
Yeah. Sabi nga ng clinical instructor ko before, yung intimacy, hindi naman daw sa tao lang 'yan, kundi pwede rin naman sa object or sa environment, yung intimacy.
Object. Parang lalim nun. Parang nahilan
Object.
ako doon.
Object.
So,
Object.
kaya nga, di ba, your calling to love your community is a higher form of love which cannot be compared just by having a partner, which is also a different form of love. Di ba?
Yeah.
Alright. Nag-spark talaga ng debate ang question ko. O nga, fresh. Sige, Bimbo and I disagreed there. Pero we agree to disagree na in terms of having a love life at that level. Alright. Oh, nga, parang hindi ko ata nasama sa listahan yung tanong, yung love life nga pala. Which is maganda din pag-usapan kasi 'di ba ang daming pinag-uusapan ngayon sa social media. Ang araw-araw na nakikita ko sa mga live feed, sa mga vlog na mahaba, puro mga ligaw-ligaw, love life, mga paano mag-move on, parang which is really part of growing up and becoming a teenager, di ba? Pero sinasabi natin, how do we connect yung opportunity for you? Maybe sa volunteer work mo makukuha ang iyong love life. Kung hindi man tao yan, sabi mo nga bagay, or your community is
Bagay.
there. Pwede rin ang intimacy sa comment on this, Bimbo, pwede din ang intimacy sa volunteerism. Kailangan mong ma-inlove sa mga ginagawa mo para sa bayan.
Oo naman.
Oh, di ba?
Para
Bumawi
lalabas
si
yung genuinity ng ginagawa mo.
sa bayan. And I think doon sa sinabi mo kanina na we should also not question those people na kagaya ko, 'di ba? Hindi naman ako question noon, 'di ba? Nadala-dala ko si Roxanne sa volunteering work. Wala naman nagsabi na sorry, parang ano, parang parang nilalagay ko naman yung si Mrs. ko, hi, hello, Nay. Just nabigla ako nahiya. Hindi siya
Hello, Ate
um,
Rox.
Yeah, ang sinasabi lang natin is you can, for as long as you do that kind of mutual respect for the relationship and for the volunteering work at the community, na hindi siya mag-lead into something else, we'll just go for it and then be happy on that. Sandali, meron lang ako i-greet na so na yun, ba't wala no? Paano ba yung balikan? Sandali, dito ata sa broadcast. Hello, meron ako kasi may nag-hello ka dito sa taas. Kailangan ko lang siya balikan. Where is it? To Lizel. Yan, hi to Lizel. Kumusta ka dyan? Alright. So, okay, next question, Bimbo. Alright, now is, before we go to the second set of, nasa first set pa lang tayo, it's already 1 hour and 17 minutes. Mga kaibigan, this is Kuya, samahan si Kuya Nonoy. Tara, istoryahan na ita, month 2 series of the Practical Leaders series. Our first topic for this July, volunteerism and community development with our guest, the 2015 Outstanding National Volunteer of the Philippines, Kuya Bimbo Tablazon. All right, so before we go to the second set, may papakita ako mga pictures sa iyo, Bimbo. Right? Ipapakita ko itong mga pictures na ito and try to comment what are these pictures to you and how this picture influenced you kung saan ka man ngayon. Okay? Game?
Sige po, okay.
Okay, let me share again the screen to show that this picture. So this one, what is
Ah, so
this
yun yung mga
picture all about?
ito yung mga beginnings ko sa pagvo-volunteer, kuya. We're in actually this place or this community is actually parang 6 hours walk ata ito sa isang probinsya dito sa Mindanao. Yan, nagkataon lang yan na tinuturuan ko yung mga bata ng simpleng 1, 2, 3 lang na pinicturean ako ng isa kong kasamang volunteer during that time. So, yung time na yan ay it's a realization na there are communities actually that na remote, may mga indigenous cultural communities na malayo sa school at itong mga bata ay deprived from education. So, yan, sa simpleng bagay lang yan. I mean, telling them or trying to educate them on basic numeracy. Hopefully, kahit 1, 2, 3 during that time na nakuha nila.
All right. Okay, so it's yung basic numeracy of just sa mga kabataan ngayon, di ba, kung sa Bisaya pa, ang hagit nato sa mga kabatanunan karon, you don't have to be the most intelligent to be able to volunteer. Pag may nakita kang isang bata diha na di ka ba magsulat o magbasa, just focus on one child and you will see that child really grow. Okay, next picture. Before going to the second picture, mamaya sagutin natin itong naihagit din si Michael Angelo Guevero. So I'm going to flag that later because Michael Angelo Guevero raised a very very important point na mamaya ano natin itanong natin kay Kuya Bimbo. This one, what is this picture all about?
Yan naman ay ina-apply ko yung pagiging nurse ko during that time sa isang community naman yan. Same province. So yan ay with the mothers, teaching them actually parang dengue ata yan during that time. So what I get from there is yung interest din ng mga magulang kung paano makaiwas sa sakit at hindi maiwasan yung sakit para hindi sila masyadong gumastos at yung interest ng mga magulang upang matuto para mailigtas din yung mga kabataan, yung mga bata nila na hindi magkasakit. At paano
So,
syempre
ito yung
pangalagaan yung environment, yung community nila upang maiwasan yung mga ganong klaseng mosquitoes and
Mm.
yung mga ganyang klaseng posibleng diseases na mangyari sa kanilang community.
So ito yung sinasabi mo 'di ba na community parang community level communications mechanism, 'di ba? Yung pag-share ng information, 'di ba? Share ng knowledge and pag-create ng awareness sa mga tao on particular. For example, sabi mo nga dito, this is sharing information on how to prevent dengue, for example, no? Or yeah, things like that. And then now, because this is at the community level, balikan natin yung use of the social media platform as a venue for as well raising awareness. Ang challenge na siguro talaga ngayon is how do we provide social media access and internet communications access to those who are still living in the remote communities, right? So how do you reflect, ikaw as a volunteer, di ba, with this all of this pandemic and then new normal sa mga community na walang access sa
Yeah.
internet, what can we do as volunteers to be able to provide that very important information for them to create community
Oo.
development and raise awareness.
Actually, good question, Kuya, no? And I'd like to plug in lang and to promote also the initiatives of our Department of Education in Sarangani. Actually, no, the step ed has actually innovated uh, a technology wherein hindi mo na kailangan ng internet or Wi-Fi connection so that the children can access can access digital instructional materials from their smartphones. So I think that's one of the innovation that volunteers can actually support or can actually improve more of the software perhaps or the technology to bring bring in a wider um, uh, so that ma-reach yung kasi may mga limitations and constraints din yung technology so far. So we're still looking at na mas maraming maka-reach pa na mga bata in
Mhm.
that particular community na hindi mo na kailangan ng magpatayo pa ng communication infrastructures, ng signa ng ano to ng tower para magkaroon
Mhm.
ng access sa internet at may access din sa information. So in that, I think that could help.
Okay, okay. And the next picture, this one, what is this picture all about?
Um, Yan naman ay mga other tribes naman um, sa isang province ulit dito sa Mindanao. No? I was invited by isang organization na Youth Federation for World Peace dyan to I think I was I'm sharing actually the initiatives of some young people in the province and sharing also as young people how can they in their ways how can they be able to contribute back in their community in the list that they can do ano yung saan sila pwedeng magsimula at kung paano nila simulan yung actions na gusto nilang gawin.
All right. Okay, there's a question from Momar. How can we apply or use social media platform in far-flung areas? Parang, yeah, comment?
If how can we apply or use social media platform? Maybe we can. I don't know if I get the question of Pomar. Siguro we can apply it through one thing that I'm thinking is actually to reach the young people in the remote areas to have access on the information what the province or what the youth office of the province of Sarangani is currently initiating for the development of its young people. So I think mas kailangan yun so that para mas ma-maximize yung resources and ma-appreciate din ng mga tao doon na may services na binibigay yung province at meron din silang information kung paano din sila maka-extend or maka-seek help doon sa mga issues na that we need to address.
Okay. Another question here. if we could not access them because they're far, what are other options, especially to those who have high lit- illiteracy problem and those who don't know
Not,
how to use social media?
if not, what are the other options, especially if not the area scenario that is a problem? Um, Wait, hindi ko masyadong naintindihan ang question mo, Mobar.
Maybe
Using social media.
yeah, the simply way to put it up is kung walang social media because they don't have access to that. Tapos given na may pandemic, are there any other
Uh,
options to still promote volunteer work at that instance? Meron pa ba?
yes, oo. We can actually, may, um, there actually one program that I can think of, say, meron currently ngayon, no, dahil walang pasok, maybe some of the teachers na hindi pa ina-employ ng DepEd can extend their help in those remote areas. Meron ding at least siguro yung mga may may citizen from that certain community who graduated from college, maybe he or she can extend his or her knowledge on what she or her learned from the college education na pwede niyang i-share sa mga bata, or pwede rin through our sangguniang kabataan officials. I believe some of them are already professionals, no, in their own ways. Siguro hindi naman necessary na, I mean, for the things na yung simpleng hindi naman nangangailangan talaga ng technical expertise. I think in your own capacity, kung ano yung natutunan mo from the school, if nakagraduate ka ng college, you can um, pwedeng pwede mo yung i-contextualize na matutunan ng mga bata yung target na beneficiaries or children na tinuturuan mo.
Okay, which is also a good point. And I think one way as well to, kasi parating people be saying ang hirap-hirap kasi ngayon kasi merong pandemic, 'di ba? Ang hirap-hirap kasi ngayon kasi everybody could not move, right? So it's as simple as within your community, kung magkakapit-bahay kayo, tatlong bahay, tapos nagpa-practice naman kayo ng social distancing, as simple as 5 house to do community gardening, for example, or maglilinis kayo ng kanal, di ba? Or so, dahil wala pang eskwela ngayon, mag-gather ka ng tatlong bata na turuan mo how to write and read, di ba? Or things like
Yeah.
that. Or dahil may sobra kang mga damit, i-barter mo in exchange of school supplies for children kasi hindi makabili ng school supplies sa mga bata ngayon kasi walang trabaho yung mga nanay nila. So there are so many ways to do it. Tingnan niyo lang yung mga aparador, kung naamo yung mga aparador diha. Tanawan ninyo inyong mga karton sa mga sanina. For sure naamoy dahil mahatag sa mga communities, diba? Misag mga lapis nga nagamit na that you can actually also use that, no? Kung wala access, if internet is very expensive, go to your inner uh, communities around you, diha sa imong palibot, you'll be able to really do a lot of volunteer work, right? Ikaw ba, Bimbo,
Yeah.
uh, sa imong, if na kay makita na young people na pwede buhaton sa ilahang palibot, what's quick thing na, for example, sa subdivision ninyo, sa inyong village o sa inyong purok kung nasa ka puyo now, what's the quick volunteer work that every young people can do simple nga dili kinahanglan og magasto?
Um, I'm not sure kuya kung I forget yung question mo. Siguro sa pag-volunteer, siguro maybe iyon sa bahay nila, you can do community garden or backyard gardening, spending their time, while we're still in pandemic. Or siguro kung sa community naman, it's maybe yung yung educating communities if kasi yung inisip ko kasi kuya, depende kasi sa need ng community mo kasi baka sabi ko nga baka halimbawa may health risk sa kanila so pwedeng yun ang i-educate mo kung ano yung mga ano yung paano natin maiwasan yung mga unforeseeable crisis on health or pwede rin namang sa environment kung makalat baka masyadong makalat yung community nyo naman na hindi na hindi na it's ayan yung kahit saan na lang yung mga tao nagtatapon ng basura, maybe you can do some education on your neighbors on that. Baka merong halimbawa may kapitbahay ka diyan na sira-sira yung bahay, baka pwedeng mo matulungan makapag-donate ka ng simpleng yung wall or pwede ring pagkain kung may sobra kayo sa bahay or you share some amount or sa mga estudyante nila baka may extra cellphone ka or smartphone that you're willing to share with them.
So, anything that's excess of you, 'di ba? Yung sobra sa iyo, ibigay mo sa iba, 'di ba? Hindi kailangan maghanap ng bago ulit. Kung di kasi lahat ng tayo always have excesses in ourselves. All right. So we are already on our final stretch of our discussion. Again, this is still Samahan si Kuya Nonoy, tara istoryahan na ita. We are now on our second month. This is our second month. We started on June 2 of this leadership and development series. So our topic for tonight is volunteerism and community development with Kuya Bimbo. And before we go to our final stretch, I just would like to uh, do a little bit of our final advertisement ourselves and pasalamat lang sa lahat ng tumulong sa atin who made this effort a success dahil dun sa mga giveaways na ibibigay nila sa atin by end of the month. All right, so this is Samahan si Kuya Nonoy, our platform for tonight here in Facebook. We promote istoryahan na ita. And by saying that, we also promote positive and meaningful conversations. We'd like to focus on self-awareness and drive for excellence of young people by providing practical tips and results-based and light approach for development. So this is Samahan si Kuya Nonoy. And for our this is just to advertise our month-long personal leadership and development series, all Wednesdays of July 2020, 7:30 p.m. to night. We have Bimbo Tablazon on volunteerism. On July 8th, we will have Carol Bellew Dawanlay on music and culture. On July 15, we have Dr. Giovanni Espisor that will going to talk to us about scholarship and unlearning. We will also have attorney Erwin Bernales on July 22, and on July 29 we have uh, someone that will going to talk to us about mindfulness and yoga uh, sort of. All right. Okay, Bimbo. Hey, still there?
Yes
All
kuya,
right.
yes.
Okay, before I ask you the last magic three questions, maybe we'll just have to entertain this comment from Momar. Sabi niya, another problem is the coercion in Uy, this is a sensitive question. Let's try to address it as well in a sensitive manner. Let's see. Another problem is the coercion in rebel recruitment, and it navigates civil war through youth immigration, education, family, and separation. Parang lalim naman nito, Momar. Would you like to comment on this, Bimbo?
Usap na lang kami ni Momar niyan kuya.
Yeah. I think it would be best to have a bigger platform for youth involvement. But no, because I'd like to have a little bit of a comment to more. Oh, yeah, I'm going to answer it for to you, Michael, rather Michael, and Momar. And of course, then Michael, yes, I'm going to answer. Balikan para natin si Michael, iyak na siya. Sabi kay Momar muna. I think it's um being radical doesn't necessarily mean you are a rebel, right? That has to be sure. Uh, being patriotic and claiming your rights and questioning the status quo doesn't necessarily mean you're a rebel. That's one. So you have young people should be able to use that platform to voice their opinions openly because they are protected by their own rights, 'di ba? Merong human rights, may convention on the rights of the child. That's number one. Entering a different group is a different story. So ibang kwento na 'yon. And by that time, you should be able to decide on your own why you on what's best for you to be able to contribute to your community, right? Okay. You don't have to be separated with your family to be able to help. And that's also already beyond the volunteer work. So, yun na muna makukomment ko yun. Uh, then another question from Michael. I think Michael asked about what are the tentative initiatives of Sulong Kabataan to celebrate International Youth Month in August? Or maybe a form of advertisement, Bimbo, you may announce kung meron na bang plano ang Sulong Kabataan to celebrate International Day by August, or you are still planning to have this. I don't want to put Bimbo on the spotlight, but be comfortable, Bimbo, on anything that you have on the plate.
Well, I just would like to say to our fellow Sarangan youth na actually uh, why we are here today, we're actually having a training today so we can plan what are the programs moving forward for the Sarangan people. So, but I would like to reserve the other statements for Gretchen because Gretchen Boni now is the officer in charge of the Sunong Kabataan. So I think I'm not in the position now to 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 state those to preempt or to preempt her na maunahan siya i-release yung information. So I
Oo
think
nga, tama
it would be
naman
better
yun.
not coming from her.
That's correct. And just to shout out that I know Sarangani province, the PLGU, in general, will really have good plans for the youth of Sarangani. I've worked with Sarangani before in 2007 to 2009, and I know how the community, the PLGU, the municipal governments, even the barangay, and even the private sector and the non-profit sector or NGO sector present in Sarangani, even the national government agencies really converge a lot in terms of making sure that the young people are not being left behind in terms of development, in terms of peace building efforts, access to education and health services. Because I've witnessed that one when I was still in working in Sarangani, and for sure that the same energy for the International Youth Month will going to happen in General Santos City, in South Cotabato, especially in Coronadal City, and for sure there will be very nice platforms of engagement and participation for our young people this August. So watch out, guys, for very good platform of engagement for young people this August, International Youth Day and International Youth Month uh, as
Yeah.
well. All right, so last three challenging questions. All right, question number one: ducks or jutes?
Sabi ko na ina-expect ko kayo tanong niya. Ano, uh, ducks kasi kailangan malaki ang pagmamahal mo para sa iyong community at sa iyong bayan.
Tubig or lupa?
Ah, tubig. Dahil tubig. Kasi kailangan malaki, malaki ang malaki ang kailangan nating bigyan pa ng atensyon at bigyan ng serbisyo.
Tubig kasi malawak pa yung mabibigyan
Malawak
natin na
yan.
serbisyo. All right. So this one is kind of like another question na parang ano, okay. What would you prefer if given an opportunity? You strike while the iron is hot, or would you like to first calculate a particular risk ng isang opportunity?
Hmm, depende kuya eh. Sometimes you have to strike while the iron is hot. Sometimes also if it's too risky or it's high risk, no, you really have to calculate lang yung kayang mong i-absorb or kaya mong yung the kind of risk appetite na kailangan mo na kaya mong ano lang muna.
Yung appetite na kayang-kaya lang
Yeah.
gamitin. Alright. Okay. And then, may comment dito. Ano ba yan? My God, nagulat lang sila sa question. Alright. Before you say your parting statement, is there, to be honest about it, kasi we are not coming of an age, Bimbo, is there any plans of you quitting volunteering work? I know it's not kind of like a very very high positive question before we end, but do you have plans of quitting volunteer work?
I don't have plans. Actually, ang volunteerism naman kuya Rizal, can be in any form. So I think it's innate in each and every one of us to have that volunteer heart. Dahil innate yun, I think that's one of the values na as a Filipino, yung pagiging, yung pagbabayanihan, no? Hindi man lang sinasabi na may specific na action yung volunteerism. So, kahit ngayon na nagtatrabaho kami, nag-aaral ako, there can be there can be really chance na I can extend more through volunteerism.
Mm, mm,
Like
mm.
yung pag-overtime namin sa trabaho, ayun, inaalay namin yung mga kasamahan ko para makapag-serbisyo. Saka yung mga trabaho during weekends, yun.
Mm.
For
Okay.
now, yun.
Yun. Ang ibig sabihin, Bimbo, just to summarize what you say is, we don't have to quit as volunteers, but maybe play a different role of volunteerism, right? Kung saan ka nag-start before, syempre iba na yung ginagawa mong role as volunteer. Kasi ba kanina nga at the start sabi mo, you now focus on capacity building and training. Kasi noon talagang grassroots ka, di ba? Naglalakad sa mga kabundukan, natutulog sa mga communities, di ba? Now, the focus is to to bring back and volunteer through capacity buildings and trainings. Is that what you mean, no? Parang nag-evolve lang yung volunteer work, di ba? Sabi nga nila, once a volunteer, you're always a volunteer in your heart. Di ba? Parang gano'n. May
True.
ganung
Yes.
feeling din.
Yes, kuya. Yes, yes, yes. Once a
Okay.
volunteer, always be a volunteer.
All right. Speaking of like that, speaking of evolvement of your role as a volunteer, kasi iba-iba ng layers of volunteerism na ginawa mo, how do you plan to let others lead a volunteering effort or a program? As you
Sorry,
as
kuya.
you
Ano?
come as you come to mature na, kasi medyo nagmamature na tayo, iba-iba ng role na ginagawa natin as volunteer, how do you
Mm-hmm.
plan to let others become another Kuya Bimbo?
Naputol-putol ka, kuya. Ano yung kuya?
Okay. Do you have any plans of developing another Kuya Bimbo? How do you plan to hone them or to train them or lead them as well?
I think every individual, kuya, is unique eh. So, um, itong mga tinitrain natin ngayon, they can be who they are. They can be on their name na walang, yun lang lang yung sinasabi na hindi naman dahil sa amin or sa akin yan. dahil natural at saka inherent naman sa kanila yung pagiging magaling. And through
Mm.
that, ako, ano lang, kami na bilang nagtatrabaho, we're just enabling lang the environment para ma-reach nila yung full potential nila. So it's not because of me that made them who they are, but it's who they are that they made themselves.
Wow, it's who you are that you made yourselves. Sa mga volunteers dyan, mo nang hagit ni Kuya Bimbo today. And at my thank you very much for your time, Bimbo, tonight. We've really shared so much information sa mga kapatanunan. We've encouraged them, and we have. I hope yung mga kapatanunan na inspire, and even to those who still be watching this replay by tomorrow, that they get to be inspired of the importance and relevant work volunteers do for community development. And I'd like to end by saying, those youth and young people who volunteer are actually also these are the benefits of becoming volunteers. One is sa mga nanay diyan, sa mga tatay, sa mga auntie, sa mga tito, no? Inspire your children, yung mga pamangkin, mga kapatid, to do volunteer work because research shows that youth volunteers or those young people who volunteer are less likely to be involved in risky behaviors, right? Such as drinking alcohol or skipping school compared to those who do not. Do you agree with that, Mimbo? Na mas pag nag-volunteer ka, mas nasa mabuti kang landas, correct?
Yes,
The,
yes,
the,
kuya. Oh,
The
true.
other one is volunteerism also positively impacts youth on social issues, di ba? Yung mga kabataan unang na nagvo-volunteer, mas kabalo sila how to handle issues of, say, for example, teenage pregnancy, di ba? School dropouts in schools, substance abuse, and either form of violence among young people. And volunteerism can actually really make a dramatic difference in the lives of young people, like what happened to Kuya Bimbo and some of the colleagues now. Are Nilong and the rest of the guys there with you? Malapit pa sila sa'yo?
Yeah, yeah, nandun sila. Oy, Lilong and ano.
Maybe we
Yes,
can
sila.
call them. I'd like just to show to everybody, these are the
Ako
volunteers
makita.
of Sarangani
Sino kayo po?
Province in General Santos City. Hi, everybody.
Hello!
Hi. So we have come to close our first series of July. Maraming
Oh,
maraming salamat sa inyong uh, time. So sino nandyan? We have Gretchen, we have Jerome,
Nilong, Jerome,
we have,
Nilong.
we have
Nilong.
Nilong. These guys are excellent volunteers of peace building and youth empowerment and youth engagement in Sarangani, General Santos City, and South Cotabato. Final words from Kuya Bimbo before we close.
Siguro ano lang kuya, sa akin lang, hindi ko to marating kung nasaan man ako ngayon, if not because of the people na nakita nyo sa likod kanina. They become part of me. So I just would like to have it as my final word so that para naman marinig ng mga nakikinig na hindi hindi yun dahil sa hindi ko narating to dahil sa akin lang. Hindi ako uh, self-made naman. So andito ako ngayon sa kinakatuyuan ko because of the help and the support and being with the team who share the same vision and mission with me and for the community.
For the community. What a pleasant night to close. What a pleasant message to close tonight. Daghang salamat Limbo sa imuhang time, and to those who watch us tonight. Again, this is Samahan si Kuya Nonoy. Tara, istoryahan ita. Magandang gabi po sa kanilang lahat at maraming 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 salamat po. Paalam!
Thank you.
Wow, that's Kuya Bimbo, our 2015 National Outstanding Volunteer, who just shared to us very, very important, meaningful conversation, very, very relevant to our young people tonight as we face a different ways of looking into opportunities of still the relevance of volunteerism and community development under new normal and under circumstances with our generation Z. Again, this has been your Kuya Nonoy. Tara, istoryahan nita pag-usab. Daghang salamat ug maayong gabi kaninyong tanan.